and I am the face behind the yet to be launched fashion brand. I am so excited to be here with you today to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about how I get started. And I think this is the wonderful time to tell the story, because a lot of us have a bit of time staying at home. Some of you might be thinking about career change, starting a business, taking new freelance job. So I hope that my story will be an encouragement or even be a lesson for some of you who might be thinking of doing that. Now, just a disclaimer, this is not a video about creating a successful fashion brand. It is just about how to get started. But most importantly, I want to jump on here and connect with you guys because you have been so supportive, so kind, and so interactive with me on my Instagram, and I am just blown away by that, and I just want to connect with you. Now, I didn't have a fashion degree or a fashion background. I actually did my undergraduate at UQ in psychology. I can read your mind, just kidding. And then after that, I actually like psychology, but towards the end, I knew that it doesn't really align completely with my personality. So I decided to, after I finished the degree, move on to do business. So I continued my university journey, doing my master's degree in supply chain management at the University of Sydney. This is when I started to have an idea that I want to do fashion brand, and particularly lingerie. And the reason that I love lingerie is because I just love the idea of having this beautiful garment sculpturing the body, and it's just kind of very beautiful to me. It's very poetry, it's very artistic to me. And beyond that, I want something that I can wear both inside and then outside. And that's not doesn't look inappropriate, but look rather sculptured and elegant. So that's kind of like the idea that I had from the beginning and still now. So I drew up a few sketches, and then I thought it shouldn't be too hard. I will just find someone to sew this together. So I went on Instagram searching for a seamstress in Bangkok. And the reason is I originally came from Bangkok, Thailand. So I thought it's gonna be cheap there and I can just send these photos in and it should be fine. So I found someone, which is great, and she was absolutely wonderful and very communicative. She kind of struggled to understand my sketches at first, obviously, because I don't know how to sketch. Like, I don't know how to put measurement in, the spec in. I just basically say, this is my drawing, can you make my dream come true? And I'm pretty sure she did the best she could. I got the product back, but it wasn't what I was thinking at all. I didn't like it, and it wasn't nicely fitted. And obviously in lingerie or in bralette, it's so important, the fitting is just so important. So I was a bit discouraged, and I thought, I really need to have some knowledge on this, well, obviously. So I started to enroll in a fashion course just around here in Sydney, in Pymble, to start learning the basic of sewing, the fabric, the drawing, which I have been improving much better. But after that, I have this 60, 80 pieces of my bralette that I couldn't sell anywhere because it wasn't good. And I feel a little bit discouraged, but I thought, well, I already have this, I must do something with it. So I go about and I hire a professional photographer and model to do the proper shooting and get some picture so I can use it on my website and on my social media. While this happening, I was doing my master's degree, and mind you, this is like my 5th year of university. I'm starting to get really burnt out, like business-wise and also university-wise. At some point, I crashed and burned, and I decided to drop everything. I took a break for a few months. I have a lot of existential crisis and like identity crisis. I was like, do I actually want to do fashion? Because like, am I more like a designer, or I'm more like a consumer? Do I actually want to do this business? At some point, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna start talking to people, doing a little bit more research, go back to my fashion course. So I did that, but I was still on and off. Eventually, I had a conversation with Kate from Cat the Label, who was very, very helpful to me because she was sharing with me about her journey and about, you know, how she get through everything. And that's when I realized, what I should have realized, is that it will take a lot of time. You know, it will take so much time, so much energy, so much failures to get to the point where, you know, you're gonna make a sale. And I know that sounds very naive, and I was naive, and I'm trying to be honest with you here about my story. So after that, I thought, okay, I'm gonna break everything down into a manageable chunk. And here's where the lesson going to come in. A few things that I learned is that one of the hardest things about starting out is to gain the right momentum. There is a point where, you know, you're excited about something. It might be your side hustle and you're gonna do it for a while, and then, you know, maybe a few weeks, and then you just lose motivation. And I think the question is, how do you really stick to that? And there are a few ways to do this, right? First of all, put your side hustles in your everyday schedule. Even that be half an hour, 1 hour, or whatever. I think a lot of time when we're so excited with something, which is great, we tend to like really jump on it, and then we have this expectation that we'll doing this, be doing that. But in reality is, that's not always the case. And we tend to get overwhelmed because when we start something new, there are a lot to learn, so much to discover, right? Second thing is to keep yourself accountable. And this wasn't done on purpose. I'm just reviewing in hindsight what was helpful. And when I got back to everything, I started to kind of join some mentoring program and also some social media coaching group. And it has been so helpful because now you actually kind of like changing this abstract idea that you have to something more tangible. Like you can actually see it now because you've been telling other people, okay, what are you up to with your business? And you really have to keep yourself accountable. So I see that, you know, there are a lot of groups out there, and of course some of them are like a little bit fluffy or a little bit weird, but choose a group or something that is good for yourself, that you find suitable, and you will really find that very helpful. Lastly, I think this is also very important. And this is why I believe that even if you're not from fashion design background or fashion business background from the beginning, you can start your brand, because it doesn't matter how much education you have, how much research you do, or how many people you talk to. At the end of the day, it is all about taking action. And as much as I was discouraged about my journey of just randomly getting some random seamstress to do it, spending so much money on photography, spend all this money, spend all this time, and kind of like, what the hell I'm gonna do with this product? I'm still so happy that I did it, because at least I take the action, take that step forward, and I learn from it. So at the end of the day, you can learn from so many people, but if you don't really implement it, it doesn't really matter. So for my brand at the moment, I am going through the production period, which is amazing, like proper production period, not just drawing and then send it to someone. And obviously I might be doing more videos to keep you guys updated, but I hope that this has been helpful, and I just want to send lots of love and a lot of support to all of you. And there are going to be more fun videos coming for sure on my page. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy this video. Love you all!